Newt Gingrich is the former Speaker of the House and a Fox News contributor. He joins us now. Mr. Speaker, good morning to you. I know you've got a lot to say on this, but first to the news of this judge, the judge in this case, Emmett Sullivan, now saying that he's interested in hearing from interested third parties.
It's just one more outrageous effort by the old order, deep state if you prefer, to cause pain. If the Justice Department comes in and says, we're not going to prosecute this, what are the grounds for the judge saying, well, I don't care, I want you to prosecute it even if you've decided you can't prosecute it? This is one more old boy example of trying to do something to cause pain to somebody that Barack Obama disliked deeply. And the fact is that I think General Flynn, after all of his years of serving the country, risking his life, deserves a heck of a lot better treatment than he's been given either by the FBI, President Obama, or this judge.
Well, Flynn's lawyers obviously objected to this. It is somewhat of an unusual move, but it does fall in line with the options that the judge does have in this case. We asked KT McFarland this morning, Mr. Speaker, what the feds, she has determined by going through all the interviews and all the documents that now have been put before her, what the feds ultimately wanted by doing all this. Here's how she responded.
They wanted to bring the Trump administration to its knees before it even got started. Number two, they wanted to protect whatever lies it now turns out they were saying. They didn't want to have the new administration see what they had done during the previous administration. And they didn't want the new administration to reorganize the intelligence community, which was our intention from the very beginning.
So she ultimately said in that interview this morning, Mr. Speaker, her questions are who knew what and when did they know it? She threw names out there like Susan Rice, Barack Obama, Joe Biden, and others. Do you think we ultimately get answers to any of these questions?
Well, I hope we do. I mean, certainly the testimony that the acting attorney general did not know what was going on and was surprised that the President of the United States, President Obama, knew what was going on, but she didn't, ought to tell us something's very fishy. Look, the level of corruption that we are seeing, whether the corruption is Adam Schiff lying for 3 straight years, or the corruption is, frankly, large parts of the news media repeating the lies, or the corruption is the FBI's top leadership having broken the law, or potentially the President of the United States having basically engaged in a vendetta. I mean, this is, I don't remember any occasion in American history where except maybe Lincoln in the Civil War, where an incoming administration had this kind of institutional hostility expressed at every level. And it was clearly an effort to try to destroy Trump before he could begin to change things.
We also asked KT McFarland this morning about Adam Schiff at the highest ranks of the Intel Committee, claiming that he had evidence of collusion and why he did that. Here's how KT responded.
Chairman Schiff went to the media and he implied that he had secret information that Donald Trump and his administration and his campaign were colluding with the Russians. Brennan even had the audacity to refer to President Trump as potentially a Russian asset. I mean, these people knew that they had a lie, but they perpetuated it for 3 years. It tore the country apart. And why did they do it? I don't know.
Just finally wanted to get your reaction to that, Mr. Speaker.
Well, of course she knows why they did it. They did it because they hate the level of change that President Trump represents. And frankly, as a former Speaker of the House, my advice to the President would be, do not give anything to the Intelligence Committee. Do not allow anyone to work with the House Intelligence Committee as long as Adam Schiff is still there. We now have documentary evidence that for 3 years, this guy deliberately and maliciously lied. Why would you cooperate with an Intelligence Committee chairman who is a clear, proven liar? And I think the president should just cut him off and say, when you want to get me an Intelligence Committee that I can trust, I'll work with him. But this guy's impossible.
Former Speaker of the House, Newt Gingrich, appreciate you coming on with us this morning. Thank you.